Okay, so basically today we're going to deal with IELTS writing task 2. And by now we know that IELTS has 2 tasks for writing. The first one is a graph descriptive essay or paragraph, and the second one is more of an essay writing, whereby you need to write a few paragraphs. Now some people might suggest that you write more than one, and some trainers might make you write one paragraph but a long, lengthy one. Whichever the case is, as long as you have relevant ideas and enough examples to support your statements, then I think you're on the right track. So let's just go to understand what exactly is writing task 2 for IELTS. So basically what happens here is that you are given a topic to write about an academic or semi-formal style. So a semi-formal style could be something very current, maybe something related to the pandemic right now, or something related to social issues that might not be so academic based. Or they might go into serious academic topics like environmental habits or animals or science, something to do with that, but not too detailed academic question, because we have to remember that IELTS paper is taken by many students from many schools in the university. Okay, the second one is that the answers, your answers, should be relevant to the issue. So let's just say the topic talks about water pollution, then you should only write about the relevance of water pollution. Do not include anything that involves air or sound or light pollution in this topic. That would seem like you are giving more than one information, and it would be like you're writing out of topic. And the next thing that many students face is that the test takers should only take 40 minutes to do this task. Now, this is where the challenge happens. Why? Do you know why?
No.
Okay, the reason why test takers only have 40 minutes and that is a problem is because most of us are language learners, and sometimes we get stuck with ideas. We do not know how to begin, or maybe we're running out of ideas, or it's just an exam stress. So you should relax, okay? Take the topic easy. And when you get the topic, when the exam starts, the best thing is to draft out an outline. Have about 3 or 4 ideas. And remember that this is only 250 words, which means try not to exceed more than 3 main ideas in your paragraph. Now, you should not write less, but you can write slightly more than 250, perhaps up to 300 to 320 words is all right. But if you write more than that, then it would be too lengthy and the examiners might just cut off the remaining ideas that you have. Maybe the remaining ideas actually have more valid support to your essay, but due to the constraint of 250 words, they might not want to look further. All right? Do you
Okay.
understand so far?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, now your focus. This task should access the ability for you to present a clear, relevant, and well-organized argument. Giving evidence or example to support your idea is very necessary, and you need to use your language accurately. Meaning, what do we mean by language is, of course, the grammar. So make sure you're using
Okay.
the right tense. If you are talking about an example or maybe writing about an example, maybe this example should be in present or past, depending on the situation. If you're talking about a present social issue, then maybe your grammar should be in present tense. But if we are
Okay.
talking about something that has been happening for the past 20 years or 10 years, then probably you want to use present perfect or past tense. Okay?
Okay.
Right.
Understood.
So let's look at the question here. Now, take a look at the question. Tell me if you understand what this question is about.
Do you want me to read loud?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Children who are brought up in families that do not have large amount of money are better prepared to deal with the problem of adult life than children brought up by wealthy parents. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this opinion? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples.
Okay. First of all, do you understand the question?
The question is saying that children who are brought up in a difficult family then will do better than those will do better than those who are brought up in a more wealthier family in terms of facing problem.
Okay, very good. So basically, you understand the question. The question is about children who are brought up in a more with families with financial difficulties might be a better adult because they could be able to understand and solve adult problems when they are grown up than children who are brought up from rich families, because mainly sometimes rich families sort of pamper their children to become more comfortable. So when a hardship faces them, or when they face hardships, they might have trouble dealing with it. So first of all, let's go for whether you agree or disagree to this opinion. What's your opinion?
I agree to the statement.
Okay, good.
True.
So you agree. And do you have any ideas or any reasons to support your agreement to this topic?
Yeah, because children who are brought up in difficult family situation tend to value life and money better than the children from wealthy family.
Good.
Also, the children from the difficult background, they tend to appreciate life, and they also know how to face difficulties in future, because the wealthy kids, when they face difficulty, they sometimes panic, but children from lesser from not so good background tend to do it better. And also I think those are my points why I agree.
Yeah, I think it's good. And of course, as I said, when you want to write this paragraph, you probably need three main ideas. So let me repeat your first idea. Your first idea was that children from a difficult or family that has financial difficulties tend to value money better, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then the second one is that children from children from families that do not have large amount of money tend to be good at problem solving situations.
Yes.
And the third point was that children who come from families with difficulties tend to be immune and prepared for the real life situations. So basically, these are your 3 points. That's a very good point, because as we write, we need to make sure that the 3 points are not too linked to each other. It has to be separated to a certain extent, but also linked. So it needs to be connected to disconnect. If you have the same idea repeated, then there is no point. That means basically your whole paragraph is only talking about one idea, but you want to give 3. So when you give these 3 ideas, you need to support your ideas with enough and relevant examples. And these examples could be situations, short story, but a very brief one. Or you can also give researched details. But these research information can be real, because if you are doing this as a practice, of course you have the Google to try to find some information to add to your research. But if you are in your exam and you're going to write this, then perhaps you need to make up the research to make it look real. So for example, you can say like about 50% of children that came from families that do not have large amount of money showed better at problem solving situation in a research done at whatever university. You can make this up because throughout the time of practice, you would have seen many research done on certain topics. So you can use that as a background information before you come in for your exam, because when you come in for your exam, you do not know what question is going to be put forth until you open the exam paper. So you
Okay.
can use that as an example as well. Great. So I think
Okay.
you've done a very good job. Excellent. I'm
Thank-
looking forward to read your essay.
Okay, sure. I will email you my essay
Sure,
when I'm
definitely.